welcome back. It's me, Shweebe, and welcome back to another Animal Crossing New Horizons how-to. Today I'm going to show you how to get the blue rose. This is a very time-consuming and patient-stealing kind of flower to get in the entire game, even above gold roses. So I'm not going to go into genetics or percentages. I'll leave links to a few videos I have found on that if you're interested in a more thorough kind of guide. This is going to be a very simple guide. Basically, you take these two colors, breed this color, and so on. Very simple and easy to follow. So without any further ado, let's get started. So our first step is we're going to need some roses, specifically rose seeds. Now you can either get these from Tim and Tom or from Leaf. And depending on what your starter island was, if you have roses, then Tim and Tom are already carrying them. But if you were like me, I started off with Mum, so I kind of had to wait a while until either one had them in their shop. Now, as I mentioned before, my starter island flowers were Mum's. I wound up with tulips and hyacinths as my sister flowers, but occasionally Tim and Tom will throw in the other flowers. It's just on a very rare chance that they will. They will drop in the cosmos, lilies, and roses every once in a great while. But if you're lucky enough, Leaf will be here, and then you can buy the rose seeds that you need from him. However, today, I'm not as lucky. He's only selling hyacinths and pansies, which that's not going to help us get the blue rose. So assuming that either Tim and Tom or Leaf do have rose seeds for you, go ahead and get at least 10 of each color, 10 reds, 10 yellows, 10 whites, and we're going to move on to the next step. So our next step in this process is we're going to want to plant our rose seeds. You're going to want to plant all of your white roses in one area and your red and yellow seeds in another area. Make sure that they have a good distance apart from each other because you don't want them crossbreeding with each other, because we want very specific hybrids from the white roses and very specific hybrids from the red and yellow roses. Now, our white roses are going to make a lot of white, but ultimately, you want them to make purple. Any purples you get, gather. Any of your white roses that you get, you can either add on to the train of white that you have, or you can just toss them. Now, with our red and yellows, they're going to have an outcome of at least 4 different colors. Red and yellows, black, which you can use to make gold roses if you do have the golden watering can, but ultimately we want orange roses for them. Now the following step is we're going to take all of our purple and orange roses and we're going to create another mixed row of these flowers. You can put in the black roses and mix them in there as well. Ultimately, what we're trying to get out of these as an offspring is what is called a hybrid red rose. So in case you're wondering, why couldn't I just use the red rose seeds to make blue and I have to aim for a red hybrid rose instead? Simply put, the game has a form of flower genetics encoded into itself, so you specifically have to breed your way down to this hybrid red. As I mentioned before, I'm not going to go into extreme details on it, but basically what it is all of these colors mixed together is how you're going to get the blue rose. It is the most annoying and patience-stealing flower ever in the entire game and requires a lot of patience. And if you don't have that, well, I just simply can't help you there. Even I'm impatient with this. But moving on, once you feel that you have a decent amount of purple, orange, or black roses all stuck together, keep watering them day in and day out. If you have friends to help you, that can also increase your odds of the amount of flowers that will pop up. Now, because of the lineage of the orange, purple, and black roses, you're going to have a numerous amount of outcomes of colors. Ultimately, you want the hybrid red rose that is created from these, not these, because that will not have enough colors in the red to make the blue rose. Tried it, it didn't work. So, what you're going to get as colors from the orange, purple, and black if you use it: white, purple, yellow, orange, black, and gold if you are using the golden watering can, which you can only get if you've gotten 5-star in your island and you've talked to Isabelle, in case you're wondering about that. But ultimately, what you want from this entire row is this hybrid red rose. Collect as many of these as you can, and we're going to go make a dense area of them, and that is our next step. Just as some bonus information and to make things a lot easier for you, if you wind up with an extra amount of flowers that you just want to get rid of and don't feel like putting around your island, you can throw them away. My mom showed me that the trash cans were usable, and it has made things so much easier. You can throw away flowers, the fake paintings, and any DIYs that you don't want or your friends already have. And just like that, they're gone. Hope that was useful. Now over time, you're going to continue to collect as many hybrid red roses as possible, and you're going to create something similar to this. It does not have to be this exact pattern, but this is what worked for me. There are several patterns that they suggest online. Basically, you just want a thick forest of just hybrid red roses. I've always believed when it comes to flowers and trying to get the hybrids of them is quantity will always be your best friend. Make as many of them as you want and cover as much of an area as you feel is necessary. So by doing this, watering them every day, again, because of their lineage, you're going to wind up with a huge variety of colors. What will happen is you're going to wind up with all of their parent colors: orange, white, yellow, black, purple, and more hybrid reds, which you can use to add on to your hybrid red forest. It won't hurt it at all. But ultimately, at some point in time, you're going to get the blue rose. And that day, whenever that happens for you, I will be so ecstatic and happy for you because it is very time consuming. It can go by quicker if you do have friends to help you water your flowers. Just doing it by yourself solo, you'll get maybe 3 or 4 flowers a day. Now, if you do have some friends that can come over and help water your flowers for you, this can increase the amount of flowers that are going to pop up the next day. As you notice, when you water your flowers, they do get this little sparkle effect on them. If you can get at least 3 friends, you'll notice that the sparkles will go a little bit crazier. They have like this almost blue tinge to them. And if you're lucky enough to be able to get 5 friends to water them for you, you're going to get what's called the golden sparkle. That means that you have maxed out the amount of help that your flowers are going to get, and it's going to blossom like crazy the next day. And after getting 5 friends, we now have that golden sparkle I was talking about. So tomorrow, there should be a crap ton of roses here. And I want to give a personal shout out and huge thank you to my mom, my sister, Nebula, AnimeChan, and Phoenix for coming and helping watering my flowers to make this video. Thank you all so very much. You are friggin' awesome. Let's go ahead and roll on to the next day and see what our results are. So here we are on the next day. Let's go take a look at our red roses and see how many have popped up overnight thanks to the 5 lovely Shweebles that came by and visited. And holy cow, this is a lot of freaking flowers. I've never been able to get the full 5 until the other day. Now, as you can see, even after the help of the 5 amazing Shweebles that came to my island the other day and watered all of my hybrid reds for me, there's still no blue rose in this batch. That should tell you right there that this particular flower is incredibly rare. Its percentage for even popping up is super duper low. So if you have friends or family to help you out, I highly recommend it. That doesn't mean that you can't do this by yourself. You are just going to need a lot of patience. And I mean a lot. And I am not a patient person. It oftentimes wears very thin. So if you can get help, do it. Other than that, just make it part of your daily chores that you do while playing the game. And that is how you get the blue rose, my Shweebles. I hope you all enjoyed this little how-to. I tried to make it as simple and easy to understand as possible. Because for someone like myself, it's just easier to have a color guide instead of going into this super thorough, in-depth genetic and percentages of what flower could possibly do this, that, and the other thing. I really just wanted to make this easy and more fun than anything else. So, I hope you all found this helpful, informative, and hopefully very easy to understand. If you have any questions on anything that I may have covered in here, please let me know down in the comment section below if there are any other how-tos you'd like for me to cover, and it's within my ability to do so. Also, let me know down in the comment section below. Until then, my Shweebles, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you loved it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and join Shweebe's party list today. Let's hear them! We're getting Blue Rose's battle cries! Woo! Yeah! I'll see you guys in the next episode.